Joined by the head coach of the Ferris State Bulldogs, Kurt Westendorp. And Kurt, got to be really pleased with the way your team bounced back and got a big win here at home today.
Yeah, I just told him in that circle, just like on Thursday night, you didn't deserve to win. Today you did deserve to win. We played with a lot of toughness, a lot of heart. We played really good on the defensive end. We took care of our details the way we needed to. At halftime, we talked about we won the second quarter, like 12-10, and we shot 3 for 16. So you can still shoot the ball poorly and still win quarters and still win games. And this was the toughness that this team had tonight. They overcame a few of those slumps early, and they had the toughness on the defensive end. We rebounded the ball a heck of a lot better. We were just way more in tune to our details. Like, that's the team that we've seen kind of all year long, so I'm very, very proud of them.
Just 7 turnovers here in the ballgame. Took care of the basketball. You mentioned the shooting really picked it up in the second half. Shot the ball well from the outside here in the second half of play.
Yeah, we had a lot better ball movement. Like, I feel like that ball really popped. We used our ball screens. We didn't hang on to the ball too long. We kept making the next pass. Kept trying to attack them in the paint, but they're a very strong team in the paint. It's kind of tough. Maya had a tough time early, finishing, but then in the second half she started to get a few more paint points. We ended up with only 18 points in the paint, but we did a pretty good job of defending down there on the other end. And yeah, when we move the ball well, we know that we have good shooters. We know that water will find its level. We were definitely cold the other night and cold for spots during this game, but when the ball moves, we have a lot of confidence. We shot the ball with confidence today as well.
Obviously, in that first half, you brought Deshawn off the bench. She gave you a big spark in the first half. 7 points, I think 5 rebounds at one stage early on in the ball game in the first half.
Yeah, she did a real good job. Like I told her yesterday when it's like, I'm going to bring you off the bench, we need a little bit of that energy spark. We need a little bit of that player that can play, a little bit more up and down coming off the bench when we do decide to press. We didn't decide to press at all today. This is a team that takes very good care of the basketball, so we didn't know if that would be as effective. So we went with Allie. Allie's been doing a really good job of being extremely coachable, being in the right spots in the zone. We wanted to play zone defense to come out to start the game, to kind of mess them up a little bit, even though they know we play zone. And Allie did a really good job on Thursday night, I thought, of playing that spot. And she's been a very consistent player for us. So we're going to keep playing with some different lineups. And it might not be the same starting lineup for the entire season as we keep going. We got to kind of keep mixing and matching and seeing where we have with our opponents. And I'm happy that Allie stepped up and did a good job with it. And I'm really proud of Shauna, that she didn't just put her head down and be like, oh, dang, I'm not starting. She's like, no, she came in and she gave us that spark, hitting a couple threes. But just the energy that she brought on the court today was very different for us than what we had, in a couple of the other games. So it was just an excellent performance, I thought, all the way around, of people really stepping up.
Really on the defensive side, 49 points against a Michigan Tech team that came in one of the hottest teams in the league and scored over 100 points on Thursday night. Yeah,
I feel like we were really in tune to trying to stop the ball from going inside. They got really good post players that shoot a very high percentage. When they can play back to the basketball with the post, they score a lot. And we're not the biggest team, so we have to try to front them, have good backside. I feel like they got a few that made their way through, but I feel like we frustrated them enough that it wasn't easy, the ones that they got. And then when they finally had some open looks from the outside, they weren't quite in rhythm the way they're usually in rhythm. They have good shooters. They have good players. And sometimes you can just disrupt rhythm a little bit, and they can be the team that's off a little bit. And they did miss a few shots they probably usually make. So that's a little bit credit to our defense, and that's just kind of the way that basketball goes. When you got 20-game GLIAC schedule, sometimes you get teams that are just firing on all cylinders, and sometimes they're average, and sometimes they're a little below average. But defensively, we got to make sure that we're the ones causing them to be below average. And today, our energy on the defensive end was excellent.
Obviously, you get your 14th win of the year, and more importantly, get another GLIAC win. Every win's going to be important from here on out, and obviously you're able to defend your home court here today.
Yeah, defending home court is huge. Now we go into round 2. We only get to play here 3 times. And only once on a Saturday. The next time we see us on a Saturday is senior day. So we got Roosevelt on a Monday night. I think we got P&W on a Thursday night. And after that, we got to be road warriors now. We talked about in the huddle, like next week's game 1 of that. There's 3 games in the UP that we really want to win. And the first one of those is next week. So we need to rest. We need to recover. We got some kids even that are healthy that are banged up a little bit. So it'll be nice only having 1 game next week, but the following week you have 3 games. So we got to really settle in. We know it's going to be a long ride. 8-2. The first round of GLIAC is a very nice place to be. We got to make sure that we kind of reset to a little bit of 0-0 now. Coaches got to make some adjustments. Players got to make adjustments. And we got to be consistent over the course of these next 10 games.